Welcome. Cheers, mate.
Cheers, brother.
About time we I swallowed a piece of ice. Great start. So about time I guess we got started, episode 1. Obviously we've done a few trials and stuff like that, but
Yeah, it makes it really fucking hard when neither of us know how to work cameras. Neither of us are in the same fucking room. Neither of
100%.
us in the same fucking town.
I mean, we had a nice studio ready to go. We've got signs and stuff made up, but with all the restraints at the moment, sometimes you just got to lock yourself in a cupboard and do a podcast. So that's what I'm doing at the moment.
Yeah, well, I'm in my wife's makeup room, and it's fucking great using all her makeup lights. So it's good to see they're getting to use finally.
Adapt, evolve, survive.
That's it.
But yeah, it's actually interesting because we talk about people with Easter being tomorrow. I was actually gonna do a nice thing, and send you up some chocolates, but I wasn't gonna send you any chocolates. You wouldn't believe the rabbit hole of the dark web I got into trying to find you chocolate buttholes to send you. And I found some, and I was about to order some and send them your way, but then I had to send a picture of my own asshole, and that was where that ended.
So it was actually a mold, wasn't it? It wasn't.
Yeah, I thought you could just buy like a ready-made one, but no, apparently not. But this is the vision I had in my head. I was like, being that the shops are closed, maybe Damon has forgotten to buy eggs, so he'll go, fuck yeah, Cam's pulled us out of the shit here. Next thing, tomorrow morning, your kids are doing what they believe is an Easter egg hunt and unwrapping little chocolate buttholes.
Fuck yeah.
I didn't want that on my fucking conscience, so I canned that idea real quick. I pulled the parachute, got out of the dark web, and carried on with my day. So there's no chocolates coming.
Oh, perfect.
That's the moral of the story.
Yeah, you should have about in your post office there should be like a 5.5 inch chocolate cock that came. I did have to use a mold.
Dipped in white chocolate at the end, but yeah. But I guess I guess we'll probably give people a bit of background. Really, I would imagine that the original viewers are going to be people that already know us, but. Fuck, how long have we known each other? What was grade 8? How many years ago was that?
Fuck, I think we're 13 then. So what's that? That's carried the 7. Better part of 17 years, 16 years, 17 years.
Yeah, and then obviously bands together, school together, sport together. And now we just figured that we're pretty good at talking shit, so why not do it on microphone?
1,000 kilometers away.
And here we are.
Here we go.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm done to death with all the fucking corona stuff and all the shit going on with it. But there started to be, I guess, it sort of got me thinking about a mate of mine with people talking about looting. And we were talking about it the other day, but really, people have been looting the less fortunate for a very long time. And it brings me to a story about a friend of mine that actually stole some DVD box sets from a blind girl. But I just thought we'd go into some context of that story. And I'm happy to hear your thoughts.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So. Night out.
Wait, stop. How old's the girl? Before we get any further than this, if I want to be a part of this.
This is a past tense story.
Okay.
But I would say that they were in the club. So I'm gonna say mid-20s. Let's go mid-20s.
Are they allowed in clubs?
Okay. We'll get to that. But yeah, like set the scene, because obviously I was not there. I've heard this secondhand. In the club, how does this happen? Surely they cannot go alone.
No.
So does a friend come up and say, "Hey, my friend thinks you're pretty attractive," and then which friend? Oh, the one on the dance floor with the Labrador.
Fuck
the one trying to buy drinks from the ATM machine.
The one,
But yeah,
the one that keeps asking for a request from the fucking wall.
yeah, 100%. And then like, how does that conversation start? Like, hi, I'm Samantha. I'm blind. Yeah, I'm fucking real drunk too. But anyway, so he took her went back to her house. This is how the story went. And then in the morning, because she can't have a driver's license, she couldn't give him a lift home, and he was really, really filthy about this. So on the way out, he stole a Friends and the OC box set from a TV cabinet. But this is where the plot thickens, right?
Yep.
So he leaves, gets home, cab or whatever. Back in the day, it was probably cab. Ubers went around. Next day, gets a text message saying, "Hey, did you steal my DVD sets?" How does a blind person send a text message? Crisscross.
Man, I was out of that. I thought that was a horrible person until he took the OC. I mean,
that's like he did it out of hatred, but he also got many hours of quality watching time.
that's wild, man.
Yeah.
Is he still with us?
Yeah, he's still with us.
Or has he done something else to get stabbed?
Yeah, his name is disclosed at this point in time. But if you want to do a rerun of the OC while you're in isolation, let me know. I've got a guy. I've got a guy.
How many fucking seasons of that show? Fuck, it was good. It was real good.
But give me your thoughts on the isolation stuff. I think the biggest thing that's probably popped up is the UFC.
Yeah.
Because they from what I could see, they said they had it on lock, and
man, there was there was going to be an island. It was going to be
so apparently the island's real. They're building the infrastructure on the island right now. But so they had the place. It was a Native American tribal ground or something like that, where they don't have to abide by the legislation or the regulations of the government.
Yep.
So they had it in play, and then ESPN approached Dana because they're partners now, and it was ESPN that asked them not to do it.
Disney.
Yeah, Mickey Mouse, little fuck stain. Didn't want to lose pay-per-views at Disneyland.
Oh, side note, I went down on a real big Walt Disney rabbit hole yesterday, like literally yesterday.
Have you got the Disney Plus?
No. Not.
That should have changed your life.
No, not that kind of rabbit hole. Like the rabbit hole, like the rabbit hole where they're like, oh yeah, he's frozen underneath the fucking Pirates of the Caribbean ride, waiting to be thawed.
Pardon?
Yeah, that's why they made a little conspiracy. That's why they made Disney on Ice and the movie Frozen. So when you Google them, instead of shit about him being frozen comes up, it's like shit about the rides and all and the people on skates.
Wait, who's frozen?
Walt Disney. I mean, I don't think he is, but I looked at least 4 pages last night, and I probably shouldn't have gone past the first one. But
Walt Disney?
it was
He's frozen?
It was 11:30 at night, and I'd had a few, so why not?
Wow, that got real dark. What, frozen by choice?
Yeah, so he died alone.
What, thinking they're gonna thaw him out one day?
Yeah. So like, download him. Like, what's that fucking? Is it Altered Carbon? Not Altered Carbon. What's the other one? The one where they take all their memories and shit and put him in another person. Yeah, but he didn't want to become another person. He just wanted to be him again, but without lung cancer and dead.
I mean, that's understandable.
Yeah,
but Jesus Christ, where the fuck did you find that?
I don't know, man.
I actually saw that today when I was looking for the chocolate buttholes. Yeah. It's in the same. It's in the same section.
It's the same section. You can actually get Walt Disney buttholes.
Yeah. Wow.
What have you been doing in isolation?
Well, I guess. Well, apparently I I don't know if it was a scare tactic or they're actually legitimate. I haven't heard too much about it this weekend, but apparently the police were doing number plate scanning and stuff on the road, the motorway between Brisbane and the Gold Coast.
Yeah.
And if you're a Brisbane resident, they were pulling you over to see why you're going down there and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. It's all, you never fucking know. Like,
that's what I want to ask you, because like you live in Brisbane, and your address is and you know, I'm up in Mackay. You guys have however many cases, and you're sort of the epicenter for Queensland. What's it like there? Like, is it full blown? Like everybody? Because I'll be honest, there's like maybe 10 cases up here, and I mean Woolworths is packed, Bunnings is packed. There's people on the road everywhere. Like it's
yeah,
you know. I don't know if it's that sort of more regional, laxy-daisy sort of thought, but
I think it's only quiet around because a lot of the stuff is closed.
yeah.
So like restaurants and gyms and cafes, and even at like the shopping centres, I think most of the retail stuff's closed. I think the department stores like your Big W's and Kmart's and stuff are still open, but people are just.
Did you say retail or retard?
The retard stores are still open. They're considered essential at this point in time.
Yeah, nice.
They're selling box sets of the OC and Friends on special. They're running out the door at the moment, apparently.
And it's just one guy sitting there going, "Hey, it's fucking good, trust me."
Yeah,
So
it's
good,
not old.
it's so good the blind watch it.
Yeah, it's so good. People are stealing them. But yeah, I don't know. I guess it's quiet, but I think it's probably similar. Like, I think it might be an Australian thing where half the population's like, I don't give a fuck. Like, nothing's going to slow me down. The other half are really paranoid, and they're fighting with each other, being like, well, why are you out? You should be inside, and all that sort of stuff. I think that was what probably annoyed me more than anything about the UFC, is that I'm obviously a huge UFC fan, so I was like, fuck yeah, let's get this going. Let's give people something to watch. But then obviously everyone jumps on board and grills Dana White and the UFC, but it wasn't, I would say the majority of them weren't fight fans. Whereas like if it was a sport that they liked, it probably wouldn't be the end of the world, but a lot of people still don't really accept MMA or the cage fighting. You know what I mean?
I think it's the double standard of like, I can't go outside. Why the fuck can two people in a cage fight each other?
Yeah, well, that's the thing is that like, so example would be like the UFC copped heaps of heat. I bet if it was the fucking NBA, people would be swinging from the rafters with joy.
Yeah, true.
And it's not like the fighters were getting forced onto the fucking island by gunpoint. They were choosing to go there, or were they?
I mean, it's a fucking island.
Like two go into the cage, but only one leaves the island.
Yeah. Man, if this island's like somewhere like off Costa Rica, like it's not even Costa Rica, it's like, oh yeah, we have an island too.
Yeah, no, I heard it's Hamilton Island in the Whitsundays. They're really driving to bring tourism back.
Yeah. That'd be sick.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. Like, I was a little bit.
What about on that sport in general? Like, you're a pretty mad Dragons fan. What will you guys 0 from 2?
The cancellation of the 2020 season would only do us good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I work with a lad who's pissed as fuck that he can't go to the pub, and anytime they mention like, oh yeah, we're gonna bring league back, he's like, if I can't go to the pub, why should they be able to play? Like, how do you think they change that perception for the public of, yeah, sweet, we're gonna? Is it just like we need something for people, or is it, like we?
Yeah, well,
we need so much money from Nine that we need.
Yeah, and I think that's where they need to be careful with it. And I think that was probably like my biggest gripe with the people that were really ripping apart the UFC was that although you might not be a fight fan, there's a lot of people, especially in America at the moment, that don't have jobs, they have a lot of uncertainty, that they're probably looking forward to something like a Sunday or Saturday over there of fights, just to give them something to look forward to, you know, like something that they enjoy, that they can sit at home and watch. But yeah, I definitely think that it was unlucky that it was the UFC, because they copped the real hammering over it. If it was a different sport, I think it would have been treated a lot differently.
Yep.
But hey, what do I know? I'm doing a podcast from a fucking cupboard in my house.
and a makeup room, just to clarify that.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Well, it's pretty laid back up there, is it? Everyone's still just fucking gunning around.
Like they've got all the like my work out the mines is they're going full blown with it all. Like you can't drive in a car like a 5-seater car, no one in the front seat. You got to sort of chauffeur someone in the back seat on the diagon, like 2 people in a 5-seater car. It's just like that sort of stuff. And then the camps and all that are pretty wild. But back in town, like, you know, walking around Mackay, they've got all the X's on the ground for how far to stand.
Yeah, right.
This is like, and people are abiding by that well, but it just the sheer, like you see on the news, and like the Pacific Motorway down in your way, there was like 1 car on it, and you drive around in Mackay and it's like traffic's the same, people are still going. I don't know if it's more businesses are still open, but either that or people just don't give a fuck and they're just driving around anyway.
But I think and it's a difference as well. Like I really don't give 2 fucks. So I'm still working. I'm still going to the coffee shop and stuff in the morning. I went and got a cup of coffee the other morning, a little piece of banana bread, you know, a little snacky.
Do you feel now like you're like, fuck, I wouldn't always get a coffee in the morning. Like I've got a coffee machine at home, but I kind of feel like I'm still working, so I should at least go buy a $6.90 coffee.
I've definitely been buying a lot more.
Yeah.
But like I even noticed the other morning, I went down to the coffee shop just down the road from work, and they were making my banana, like heat my banana bread up and stuff, because I like it nice and warm with a little bit of butter on it. And then one of the chicks behind the counter sneezed, and I didn't really bat an eyelid, but the people around me sort of like were looking. I was like, what the fuck are you cunts worried about? They're making my food. Like, you'll be alright. But you can see like people getting real
antsy about it.
Yeah, some of them are real funny about it and stuff. And some of the grocery stores, you go in, you got to wash your hands and all that, and then you can only walk one way through the aisle. So you're fucked if you got a bad memory and you get chips, but the dip's 4 aisles back the other way. No, do not pass go. Go straight past jail and back to the start.
I had that at Bunnings, but like Woolies, nothing. It was like just all they've done now is like, you know, normally there's like a dual entry and exit. Now one's an entry, one's an exit, and there's like some person just wiping down the trolleys and shit. And I'm like, man, I've got a 2-year-old kid. All the germs are coming from him.
I'll tell you what, but that first weekend where clubs and bars are open. Mate, hold on to your hats.
Yeah, it'll be good.
The valley's gonna turn into fucking Tomorrowland.
It'd be interesting though to see what survives it though. You know, like hopefully the banks and all that can just freeze everything and just sort of let it all blow past, and everyone can get back to going normal. But there's a lot of people that are going to lose their businesses, and you know, it's going to be interesting what it looks like at the end of it. I also wonder what sort of stuff will stay. Like if like, you know, like at Woolies and shit, if they're gonna make it like, yeah, always be 1.5 away, like just forever now, like shit like that.
And see, that's where I sort of, again, I understand that I'm a very opinionated person and I watch way too much conspiracy theory shit. But if we're being this cautious, and we've had, I think, 51 deaths, I think, in Australia at this point.
Yeah.
But the flu kills however many thousand a year. Does that mean every time the flu season rolls around now, we're going to go into not full lockdown, but are we going to start putting measures in place through the flu season?
Yeah, I think it's like everywhere, man. They've just jumped on it and blown it up and made it a mass hysteria about it. Like it is bad. Like it's But I mean, at what point does the whole world burn because of it?
But and the media gets a cent or 2 cents for every click that they get on a story. So the worse they make it sound, or the more captivating they make the headline, it doesn't necessarily mean it's factual, but it's going to make people read it.
Have you ever like gone onto one of those like clickbaity stories? Like, say you want it would be like, what do they look like now? And you're like, oh, 20 people, what do they look like now? Oh, fuck yeah. And it's like one photo per page, and it's like click next, and there's like 32 ads on it. I'm like, man, I was actually thinking about buying a massage gun. Like, that's perfect.
A massage gun.
Yeah.
Clicking on that clickbait, that's how you get a hot route to the chocolate butthole page. You just wait for those pop-ups to start coming into your emails.
I was waiting for that massage gun to just have that attachment, so I don't have to do all the work with the missus anymore.
I was going to say, that is not a massage gun, brother. Oh, good, but it's good. But yeah, I don't know. I guess probably a little bit more back to this, the podcast. I guess like what sort of inspired us to do it. Really, I guess, to be honest, I guess I've been a big podcast listener for ages, but I don't think we really came into this with too much direction. I think we just figured that we can easily talk a lot of shit to each other for a long time, and hopefully it brings a bit of enjoyment to people along the way.
See, my idea was, like, we both live away from each other now. We've grown up. Like you said, we've done bands and played sport, and you and I and another 2 mates have a best friend sort of group, and
besties.
Yeah, and I just didn't want to lose that connection, to be able to put a bit of time aside per every fortnight or whatever and chat for an hour or so, or however long it goes. Seems like a good way to keep connecting with your friends and give them shit, and hopefully people can laugh.
And I think probably not so much different to other podcasts, but even, and not to sort of like hijack it, but you see like with a lot of the stuff that people are doing at the moment, being in isolation and stuff like that, where they're doing those little dial-up videos and playing games and all that sort of shit. Obviously, as we build this, we want more, like, people to be involved, like throw ideas at us and dial in and phone in and start becoming a part of it. Not so much for us to, like you and me as a duo, to become famous or get rich or whatever it might be. But like, I know that I wait weekly for certain episodes and stuff to come out, because I know that it's going to give me something to look forward to.
Yeah.
And I think you'll find with everything going on in the world, a lot more people are going to be doing that. Not making the podcast, but looking to things like that. Because I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of people's jobs and things like that, the jobs don't get taken away, but they'll probably review what you can do from home now. You know what I mean? Be like, we're going to pay you, we don't need you to do this and this. We're going to pay you the bare minimum, and we'll set you up at home now.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Like, I know my wife loves, like, she's been doing a day a week now where she works from home, and she's got everything set up, and she loves it. She absolutely loves it.
How many times has she used you as a model?
A model?
Yeah, to do makeup on.
No, she's not.
Well, you're hiding those perfectly threaded eyebrows under that beanie.
Nah,
you're not fooling anyone.
They're pretty hairy at the moment. She hasn't attacked me in a little while. No, well, she's now managing a anesthetic group, so she does all the makeup stuff for her own business. But then she's got her own 9 to 5. 8 to 5.
But like what you're saying is right, and that's where, again, I don't want to sound like a prick here, but when some people are locked at home, and from the day they got locked at home to the day everything changes, they will do nothing to better themselves, try something that like I've seen heaps of people that we know do a thing and be like, oh, I've been wanting to start a YouTube channel for years now, so I thought, fuck it, I'm just going to do it. Fucking good on you. Who cares if it's shit? At least you're giving it a crack.
Yeah, for
But
sure.
there's going to be those other people that are just going to sit at home and mope about how they can't do this and they can't do that, and they can't see their friend Betty that they haven't seen for 4 months anyway, as opposed to, you know what I mean, doing something like this.
Yeah, my oldest son he's hoping to become a TikTok person, so that's what he's been hounding me, trying to do TikToks all fucking day.
Like, whoa, 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 whoa. Let's not deflect. Have you been hassling him or has he been hassling you? Go on, chuck your little TikTok fucking handle out.
That's Damon Coolstra, TikTok, same as Instagram, if you're wondering. Nah. It's fun, but it's cool to do something with him. He enjoys it. It's funny, but yeah. Or as soon as we did one, the next day it's just, can we do another one? Can we do another one? And you know, he's enjoying it. He's enjoying the family time, but hopefully people are as well. Like it's a stressful time. But as you're saying, man, there's a lot of people that probably won't do fuck all, and like I don't know. I've got like I'm usually pretty good, but the only thing I get anxious about is making sure that, you know, I'm still working or money's coming in, because, you know, when you got kids and stuff, it if that well runs dry, shit starts to go pretty south. But like, especially when it really got hectic those first couple of weeks, man, if I lost my job and I couldn't find anything my skill set could do, I'd be stacking shelves at Woolies, man. Pride don't pay bills.
Pride don't pay bills. Yeah, damn fucking Skippy, it don't pay bills.
Yeah.
We're having some technical difficulties at the moment, but we will work through it. Again, we're not. I don't think I've ever used a video camera before in my life.
Yeah, fucking
Ever.
tells. It tells.
Yeah, I'm doing real good at the moment. I'm just learning so many things. I'm gonna start making YouTube videos of like how to do things for dummies.
Fuck yeah. So this is a camera and it records people.
Yeah. And let people sledge me, like do it wrong on purpose, and let all the little fucking nerds just have a run at me about what I'm doing.
Oh, fuck, that'd be good.
I even you'll actually be surprised at this. I actually restrung a guitar yesterday.
Oh yeah, how'd you go with that?
Yeah, good. I restrung it, played it for 5 minutes, and then I put it back down again. So
it'd be good for
I
another 10 years. It'll be fine.
hurt your fingers a little bit, eh?
Yeah, you need to develop them calluses so they just never feel anything anymore.
Yeah.
Ever again.
So I was trying, but see, like, again, you gotta find hacks in life. So I just YouTube like I don't even know. It was like the 10 songs on guitar, easiest songs to learn on guitar that are impressive to listen to. Like I'm not out here.
One of them will have to be. Is it like chords? Is it just all chords?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Trust me. There's no picking in any of it. Oh, actually, the only one that had a little bit of picking in it was Tracy Chapman Fast Car, but I had already learnt that in the past.
So one will be Wonderwall.
Absolutely.
Yep. Save Tonight.
Absolutely.
Fuck. Wonderwall, Save Tonight. Behind Blue Eyes.
Yeah, but the original.
The original, yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I feel like, did you make the video that I watched?
No, I think I watched it when I was like 14 though, when I was trying to pick up chicks with a fucking guitar, because I thought that was a great idea to do. It wasn't.
But then but then you start. There's all like those the songs with the real fucked up names that hit real close to home, like Blind Eyes Still See Lies.
Blind Eyes Love the OC.
Yeah. They have great commentary. Great commentary. But no, I actually started learning the acoustic version of Everlong.
Oh yeah.
By the Fooey's.
That's a good one.
A relatively simple song.
It's in drop D tune,
but
it's
but impressive when people hear it, right?
Fuck oath.
So I'm just flicking through this little game that we got because what the fuck is it? It's just a 5-second rule game, but I know I was flicking through it yesterday, and there was some really fucked up ones. Like, it's not a sexual game, so let's not go down that line.
Okay.
But some of them are just like really.
Are the chocolates coming or not? I need to know.
Maybe they are. Maybe they aren't. Don't let the boys check the mail tomorrow. The Easter Bunny's here.
The Australian postman bunny's here. Get away!
I want to run through some of these and test you out a little bit.
All right, hit me.
And you're not allowed to use like chocolate butthole, dick, or anything like that.
Oh, you're narrowing it down.
Name 3 types of potatoes.
Kifla, sweet potato, and can't do another one, man.
See, this is where I got stuck because I was like,
Man, I don't know where about Kifla, bro.
but see, you went the right way. When I was playing it, I was like, mashed, roasted. Sounded like a fucking 3-year-old playing this game.
Wedges, chippies.
Yeah. Hot chips. Hot chips with chicken salt.
Hot chips with gravy, chicken cheese gravy. Okay, so I went the right way with it. That's good to know.
Yeah, see, that was actually really impressive. I thought I would have got you. I thought I would have got you with those ones. Name 3 George Clooney films.
Oceans 11, 12, and 3. 13, fuck. All I can hear is that 5 seconds in my head, like tick, 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 tick. Yeah, Oceans trilogy, best movie. Actually, fun fact, my favorite movies.
Name 3 things you find in the understairs cupboard.
Oh fuck. Depends.
Non-sexual.
In the downstairs cupboard, we used to have. Well, when we had a downstairs cupboard, it was the broom, mop, and Mondi sleeping on a single mattress in there.
Don't think, just speak. Name 3 types of milk.
2%, full cream, extra dollop.
Breast milk. No, it's good. It's good. But that, like, obviously, moving forward, we want to come up with a couple of little segments and stuff like that. We had a few ideas. We bounced back and forward off each other. Like maybe get the listeners to do a bit of a word association thing, where they find some fucked up words, and we got to try and guess what they mean and stuff like that.
Yep.
We've got a good one planned. Once we finally get back in a studio together. To run something like a royal feast where we each have to bring a mystery food in or a mystery item in for the other person to eat and stuff like that. But yeah, if you give this a listen and you like where we're starting from, obviously bear in mind it's episode 1 where we just wanted to get something out.
Should we explain why it's called Northview Royals?
Yeah, actually, episode 1. Take it away, son. You can run that one down.
It's not because we think we're 2 tossers that should be royal. We were trying to come up with a name. It's like trying to come up with a band name, which can be ridiculously fucking stupid, trying to get something that actually means something. So we had a band once that was called Noah's Ark Animal Park, but we'll leave that there.
Legends of the heavy music industry.
Oh, fuck yeah. I don't know how we weren't just rolling in it. So Northview Royals is because Cam and I actually grew up, and there was like an estate in Mackay, and it was in Northview Gardens, and then the main street was called Royal Boulevard. Cam lived off it, and then I lived off it, so it seemed fitting to take it back to where we started growing up together.
Yeah, so we used to be able to literally see each other's house from the driveway, and the only thing separating it was a big park. So obviously,
big goose pond.
We used to go and get up to some mischief in the park when we were younger.
It's funny, man, because I like take my kids there now, and I'm like, I threw up down those slides.
Get out of there! Get out of there! Wash your hands. Where's the hand sanitizer?
That's it.
But yeah, we'll obviously we might try and post a little teaser of this just to get it up, to get people talking. We'll start spreading the Instagram around as well, so it's just Northview Royals, no spaces, no underscores, and then obviously share it around. If you like what you heard, it's only going to get better. Obviously, like I said, we're doing a bit of a makeshift thing at the moment, just trying to get some content out. But we've got big plans. Like I said, we had a studio set up. We had signs and stuff all made up, ready to go. But if you got any ideas of segments or shit you want us to talk about or cover off, even if you want, like, obviously, like we said, if you want us to do any sort of music stuff, music reviews, anything like that, let us know. But
sounds good.
That's it. Episode 1. Easy as that. Easy as that.
Stay safe, everyone. Wash your fucking hands.
Yeah, 100%. Don't buy chocolate buttholes. The government are watching.
That's it. Walt Disney's Frozen. See ya.
All right. Have a good one, eh?
Cheers, bro.
Peace.